All right, yabba dabba do, sports fans, and good Friday evening to you. We're live here back at home ice at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex here in Cranberry Township for another matchup featuring your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 12U girls Attanucci in their home gold jerseys with the black rear numerals and the gold numerals on the sleeves, with the black pants, the gold socks, and the traditional Penns Elite gold helmets, against these Cleveland Barons in their black jerseys with black and red numerals and red pants and red helmets. So we're going to play them 3 in a row. We're going to do one here tonight at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township, and then tomorrow afternoon or Sunday morning the team will make the trip, depending on whether you're going to spend the night or not, and we'll play them twice on Sunday up at their barn at OBM Arena in Cleveland. So suffice to say, after 3 games, these teams will be sick of each other. But hopefully there'll be good, clean games. We've got 2 minutes to go on the warm-up clock, and we will get this game underway. I'm going to go on mute. I will be back with you for puck drop. All right, we've got the long ice slot tonight at 75 minutes, so Frank put 15 on the clock. Looks like we're going to play 3 15s tonight as long as the ice slot holds. So we will get this game underway. Pens with their traditional pregame huddle around the net. We'll get a look at who's going to man the pipes here in a moment as the girls skate over for some last-minute instruction from a full complement of Penns Elite coaches tonight. We've got Eric, we've got Michael, we've got Jason, we've got Shireen, we've got Cam. We've even got Corey over there on the bench. Hopefully we don't need him, no offense. Still got Holt out with a melon. The rest of the team should be here dressed this evening for the first of 3 in a row against these Cleveland Lady Barons. So I shared the link with some Cleveland fans. I don't know if they've joined us or not, but I'm just a Penns Elite dad who does this for the team. Most of our teams have someone who does this because, like you, most of our parents run in multiple directions. So I'll give you the call. I call what I see, give you the best view I can, and we're about to get underway here. So it looks like Stevens is going to step in with Shannon and McVeigh. Betzler and Warner back on D. We've got Pittsburgh Penguins Elite's own Brooklyn Ligda from the 14U team wearing the stripes tonight. As the Barons win that faceoff back, McVeigh almost picked one up there and couldn't quite keep control of it as the Barons bring the puck up the near wall here. To the point, Betzler will hold. She'll throw towards the net. Shannon gets a stick on it. Can't do anything with it. And Stevens picks it up. Can't get it through. Looks like Stevens going to chase that down. But she takes it off of her behind the net. Coming around. They throw a stick at her. She passes it out to Betzler. Betzler throws it in deep to Shannon. Shannon with the one-timer. And the Barons goalie catches that in the breadbasket. And we'll hold that for a draw with 14:26 to go. So we will get a wholesale change here for the Pens. Looks like Makasenka, Gaffney, and Scarlatelli will come out with Mrazek and Blink on D. So they're shuffling it up a little here. See Mrazek back on D. You see Warner back on D. Trying some new combinations here tonight against these Barons. Gaffney chips at it, knocks it behind the net. Off the side of the net, off the post. Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka throws it. Goaltender knocks that down with the glove up to the point. Mrazek holds that point, throws it in deeper. Puck along the near wall. Here come the Barons. Scarlatelli pokes at it. They still come up that near wall. They turn, puck back to neutral ice. They throw it in, and that's going to be an offsides. And we'll come here to the bold Penguin dot with Pens Elite's own Ligda providing the zebra services this evening. Scarlatelli steps in. She's out there with Makasenka and Gaffney. Makasenka moves to wing in a wholesale juggling of the lineup here. That's going to be an icing. So with 13:54, we'll come back down here. For the Cleveland fans, we keep a scoreboard, we keep a clock. I try to keep it as accurate as I can. It's not tied into the arena at all. I've got to do it manually. Scarlatelli will step in and take this draw. Barons push it aside, comes to the corner. Dixon picks it up. Dixon throws it back towards neutral ice off of a Barons skate. And Bukovic is going to chase this down. Barons will beat her to it behind the net. They throw it in front. Zivkovic gets a stick on it, backhands it towards the net. Claherty picks it up there. Claherty reverses direction. Claherty loses the puck. Over to the far wall. Barons come up that far wall. Turn over to Bukovic. Bukovic drops for Claherty. Claherty has it stripped. Dixon pokes it in. And the Barons knock it back out. Dixon has to wait for the zone to clear. It does. She dumps it in, and the Barons skate it out. Back to neutral ice, Bukovic. Bukovic ahead for Claherty, too far. Looks like we've got Bukovic on offense and Dixon back on defense. So wholesale juggling the lineup as Dixon picks it up. Chips it in, but Claherty was a little slow getting out of that zone, and that'll be an offsides. And we'll go to the Dunkin' Donuts dot in front of the Barons bench for this draw. Stevens, McVeigh, and Shannon come out with Warner and Blinka back on D. As Stevens steps in to take this draw. Barons come out of there cleanly with it. Up the far wall, Warner chops at it. Puck comes off the side of the net. Goaltender Howe between the pipes tonight as Warner falls down. And Blinka picks it up here. Blinka had up the wall for McVeigh. Too far. Shannon couldn't get a stick on it. This time McVeigh pokes it up to Shannon. Here she comes up the near wall. 3 Barons on her as they take the puck, go in behind their own net. And they're going to bring it around past Stevens, but Warner will hold that point. Throw it in deeper to Shannon. Shannon tried to center for McVeigh, couldn't get it through. Barons pick it up there, chip it out. They send it down that far wall. They wave off the icing. And Warner's going to pick it up there. Bring it up the near wall. Warner ahead for McVeigh. Too far. Barron's going to chase this down. No icing on this play either, as they send the puck over to the far point. Barron's player stood up, dumps it. Stevens picks it up. She turns. Stevens through center ice, around one. Stevens coming up the near side. You know what's coming. No angle. She rips it anyway and sends it through the goal mouth over to the point to Dixon. Dixon fumbled but held it. Sent it in deeper for Stevens. Stevens dancing, turning, up the wall. Dixon didn't cheat in as the Barons formed a breakout here, and she wisely stayed back. Now it's 2-on-1 with Mrazek. Dixon hurries to get back into play. They skate around Mrazek, tried to center Dixon, knocked that down. Here comes Mrazek the other way, ahead for McVeigh. Now it's Mrazek. Mrazek skating with it from her defensive position. With the players out of position, hopefully somebody knows to cover her up. McVeigh went for a change. Puck loose in front, and Shannon with the backhand knocks it in. I didn't see who put it in front, but Shannon found it on the doorstep. Found the low right side of that net. And with 11:17 to go, it's 1-0 Pens Elite. So we've now got Scarlatelli, Gaffney, and Makasenka out there with Blinka and Dixon back. As that puck comes through neutralized, Scarlatelli swipes at it, can't pick it up. Barron's up the near wall. Too far. Blinka's going to chase this down. Barron's player coming hard. Dixon got there and chopped that out of the way. Blinka up the near wall. Too far for Gaffney. Blinka again. Loses it to a Barron's player. Comes across the goal mouth for Makasenka. Makasenka with Scarlatelli ahead. Makasenka skating. Coming through players. Loses the puck. Gaffney can't close on it. Overskates Blinka. Blinka throws it towards the net. Hits Gaffney. Puck along the near wall. Barron's going to skate it from there. Cross ice pass into the center. Shot from there. Missed near side. Rebound. Shot. Missed near side again. All the way around to the far corner. Barron's pick it up there, overskate, throw it in behind the net where Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka up the wall, Barron's hold the point. They shoot from there, bouncing puck. Blinka knocked it down into the near corner. Clardy overskates, Barron's hold the point. They throw it in deeper. Dixon picks it up behind the net. Dixon throws it ahead to Clardy, too far. Clardy turns on the Jets. She might beat the icing call, but the Barons will turn them on too, and they wave it off. Back to the point as Clardy falls down. Zivkovic chipped it in deep, but Clardy was still recovering. Warner chips it in deep for Makasenka. Back to the point, Betzler. Betzler throws it off a Barons player, and here that comes that player. Down the far side, Betzler needs to hurry up. Shot. Howe gets the paddle down, knocks it down, and covers it with her paw. And with 9:48 to go, we're going to get a draw in what should be the far circle. 9:48 in this first period. Betzler and Warner back on D. We've got Clardy, Makasenka, and Bukovic on offense. Barons from the point shot, knocked down by Betzler. Betzler chops it over to Bukovic. Bukovic on the near wall, chops it ahead to Clardy, can't get it through. Clardy falls down, puck comes back, Betzler. Ahead for Clardy, too far. This time it will be an ice. So we'll come back down here for a draw in the near circle to goaltender Holt's right, left on your screen. My good friend Robin Best, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your viewership. You followed us all year. I appreciated our text chat this week. Steven steps in for a draw. And this could be a breakaway for Shannon if she hurries. One Baron back to beat. She dances around that Baron. Dances around that Baron again. Shannon can't get a shot off. Puck loose. Centers it for Stevens. Stevens can't get a shot off. Backhand shot. Missed to the far side. Centers again for McVeigh. Knocked down by a Baron. And they clear it back to center ice. As McVeigh pulled that player down. And McVeigh's going to go visit Frank in the box for 90 seconds for a trip. So we had some action in front of the net as Shannon had a breakaway, never quite got a shot off as the Barons recovered defensively. She dropped it in the center for Stevens, who couldn't get a handle on it, and that puck was dancing on the doorstep for 5 or 6 seconds, and we were just unable to bang it home. So Stevens takes the draw shorthanded in our defensive zone. Barons cheat up, shoot. Here comes Stevens. Stevens can't get around that player. Barons hold. They come in the near circle, still skating. Across wide open player, shot. Goaltender Howe knocked that down. Stevens overskated it. It comes to the top of the circle. Back to the point there. Barons pick it up. They shoot from there. Stevens reached out with a paw. Rebound. Howe knocked it down. Puck in behind the net now. They try to center it, go to the far circle. Shot from there. Hit a Pens player, knocked out. Stevens backhands it. Barons send it back to the FedEx logo. Shot from there, knocked out by Shannon, and here she comes. If she hurries, she has a breakaway. Goalie way out. Shannon's going to do some dancing. Never really got a shot off. Stevens overskated. Dixon poked it away. Here comes Stevens. No, she loses it. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1. Dixon needs to hurry. Dixon regains, sends it back the other way shorthanded. Here come the Barons. 2-on-2. Pass behind that player to the near corner. They shove Betzler from behind, no contact. Legda had her eyes on it. She's keeping an eye on those two. Here comes Scarlatelli up the near wall. Gets around all the Barons players. She comes in. Her and the goalie backhand. Hit the post and does not go in. Zebra was right there. No goal. Back to Betzler at the point. She's going to throw it towards the net, miss far side. All of this action shorthanded with 17 seconds to go on the penalty to McVeigh. Here come the Barons. They throw it in on the near side. Betzler's going to chase that down behind the end wall. He's going to take it around to the far side where Makasenka's going to get a stick on it, but not advance it very far as she battles the Barons player with 2 seconds to go. Adam goes and opens the door, and here comes McVeigh. She's going to go straight across. Let's see who's going to join the action as that bouncing puck misses near side. Here comes Gaffney. through the goal mouth, and it goes over to the far side where Gaffney's going to pick it up. She swings and misses, and Scarlatelli's going to pick it up there, go up the far side. She's got to be tired. She's been out here most of the penalty kill. They hold the zone. Gaffney swipes at it. This time back to neutral ice as Warner bumps Makasenka, and the puck dances along the red line, and here comes Warner. Warner up the near wall. Gets stood up by a Barron, puck back to the blue line where Gaffney picks it up. Gaffney backhands, Barron picks it up, has to wait for the zone to clear. In the meantime, Scarlatelli overskates. It's in their feet, here comes back here to the top of the Barron's defensive zone, where their player's going to pick it up and send it up the wall, but not before Makasenka drops it off. Gaffney can't pick it up, and here come the Barons up the near side. Centering pass cut off by Warner. She's going to turn, get around one. Warner falls down, no call. Claherty overskates, puck loose. Mrazek can't get a stick on it. It's going to create an opportunity for the Barons. Zivkovic came over, chopped it away. Puck in the corner now, behind the net. Zivkovic's going to pick it up. Zivkovic sends it up the wall weakly, and Gaffney swings, misses, and the Barons are going to hold the point. They're in deep with it. Shot. Missed to the far side on the backhand. Barons pick it up on the far wall. Now Claherty skates in to pick it up, loses it to a Baron in the corner. That same Barons player dances, sends it out to the top of the circles. Gets caught in the player's feet, shot from there. Goaltender Hal knocked that down with the blocker, and it's in the corner. Now Claherty picks it up as Mrazek gets knocked down. Claherty does her off-the-wall move, loses the puck, and it's going to be offsides on the Barons. So big flurry of activity. 5-4 Pens ahead on the shot count. 5:59 to go first. I have no way to increase the clock for those of you new to my streams, but I can decrease it when I don't run it long enough. So Claherty's going to step in here with Bukovic, and looks like they're letting Zivkovic play offense now. So Eric jumbling up all the players here as Bukovic holds it up on the wall. Centers, nobody there. Zivkovic didn't catch up to the play, and Dixon's going to hold the point, send it in deeper. Zivkovic chops at it. Barons come out of there with it. Past Dixon. Now Claherty's going to have to chase it down. Claherty will pick it up behind the net, skate around behind the net, up the near wall. Here comes Claherty. There's two Barons. She's going to go around one. Come in, backhand. Claherty finds the bottom right side of the net, and it's 2-0 Pens. So she danced in on the goalie, found the bottom right side of the net on a backhand, and just like that, it's 2-0. So here comes, let's wait and see where they line up. Eric's got this lineup so jumbled tonight. Looks like Stevens, McVeigh, and Shannon with Betzler and Warner back, as Stevens will step in and take this draw at center ice. Stevens puts it ahead to Shannon. Shannon loses the puck and stands up a Barons player. Stevens comes up the near wall. Stevens loses it and whacks at a Barons player with that stick. Here she comes again, throws it off the side of the net in behind. Barons have it there up the far wall. Warner whacks at it. Barons player skates right by her. Cross-ice pass up the near side. Betzler hurries up and gets back. Shot. Goaltender Hal directs that to the far corner. In behind the net now. Betzler gets there. Takes it away. Sends it up the wall for Stevens, too far. High shot over the net into the near corner, where the Barons are going to come down with it. McVeigh swipes at it, can't do anything. Betzler swipes at it, can't do anything. They still battle along the wall. Stevens pushes it past the point player, but can't do much more with it, as the Barons are going to be offsides again with 4:35 to go first period. So an adventure-filled first period here, lots of action. 7-5 on the shots, 2-0 on the goals. McVeigh, the lone penalty. And here we go with Scarlatelli, Makasenka, and Gaffney. Mrazek and Blinka back as they try to clear, and they finally do bang it back to center ice. Past the Barons player down the near wall. That player throws it back to the point, past everybody, and Blinka's going to chase it down at the blue line. Blinka sends it across. Oh, giveaway. Mrazek chops it back out and rescues her. Makasenka throws it ahead. Barons player picks that up top of the zone. They send it up the wall too far. Mrazek stops, returns, sends it ahead for Scarlatelli too far. And Scarlatelli does a nice job holding the zone. Gaffney can't pick it up, and here come the Barons the other way. Barons skating up the near wall. They turn it over to Blinka. Blinka to the point, can't get it out. Now it goes in deeper. Blinka's going to need to chase it into that corner. He's going to take it behind the net. Chop it around a Barons player. They'll hold the point. They throw it in there. Bouncing puck. Goaltender Hal got the tip of her glove on it. Knocked it behind the net. Blink up the far wall. This time it does come out, and here comes Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli with Makasenka trailing. Doesn't see her. She needs to, though. Makasenka calls for it. Scarlatelli does not pass. She had Makasenka wide open between the circles. Didn't pass it. Kylie was even tapping for it, and Farah got off a weak shot on net that had nothing on it, and it was an easy save for the tender. I'd like to think Kylie could have got a hold of one there between the circles, but Farah either didn't see her or didn't want to. So we'll come out here to the Armstrong dot. Clahardy, Zivkovic, and Bukovic. Dixon and Betzler back. So the lineup juggling continues as Betzler comes out of there with it and chops it in. Zivkovic can't get over there in time, and here come the Barons the other way. Around Dixon, Zivkovic down hard on top of Clahardy. And here comes Bukovic. Bukovic up the near wall, drops it for Dixon. Dixon backhands it into the zone. Barons regroup. Clahardy overskates. Here they come up the near wall. Dixon gets back and gets a chop in there and takes the puck away. Too far for Clahardy. Barons hold the zone. Up the far side, shot. Goaltender Howe gets the paw up and catches that in the glove. And with 2:49 to go, we should be going to that far circle. And we are. So we'll get a draw in that far circle. As Clahardy, Bukovic, and Zivkovic with Betzler and Dixon back on deep. Clahardy pushes it over to Dixon. Dixon's going to skate it. She's going to chip it into the center of the ice. It'll be slow enough, there'll be no icing. She chases it down. Bukovic can't hold. Zivkovic overskates, and here come the Barons. Up the near wall. Around Zivkovic. They get a shot off. Player falls down behind the net. Goaltender Howe gets the paw down. On top of that, it stops the action. So we'll get another face-off in what should be this near circle as Stevens, McVeigh, and Shannon come out here with Warner and Mrazek back. Stevens talking to Shannon. And we'll get a draw here in the defensive zone. Stevens draws it back. We'll get the clock back in line now as a Barons player wipes out hard. Didn't see what happened there. Puck loose in front. Mrazek chops out. Here comes Stevens. She's got Shannon ahead. Stevens will probably hold on to this one. She loses it. Try to put it over to Shannon. McVeigh picks it up. McVeigh throws it in off the Tendy. It's loose in front. The Tendy can't reach it. They're still poking at it. And we finally get a whistle. The Tendy was laying there on the ice and just didn't reach out the glove and cover it. Bit of a weird play there. Almost wanted her own player to put it in her glove, which is always a little dangerous. And just seemed like the Tendy could have reached out and covered that with her glove, but for whatever reason, she didn't do it. And created a squirming skirmish in front of the net. Stevens with the draw. Pushes it out to Shannon. Shannon rips a slap shot and misses far side. Up the far wall, they chip it. Warner knocks it down. Shannon battling. Puck still on that wall, past Stevens and Warner, and all the way down. And they wave off the icing as Mrazek picks it up behind the net with 1:45 to go. Mrazek up the wall for McVeigh. McVeigh chips it by a Barons player. Stevens ahead to Shannon. Shannon can't keep it. They got to wait for the zone to clear. Stevens dances around with it. Barons up the near wall. They dance into the center. McVeigh cuts that off, throws it in behind the net. Warner sends it around in the near corner. Collision in front of the net. Shot from the point, knocked down by Shannon. Shannon chops it, can't get it out. Mrazek in behind the net, 1:15 to go. Mrazek playing against a player 3 times her size. Still taking some shots though. As Shannon digs in there and gets it out of there. Here comes Shannon. The team is trailing her. She tried to get it around that player, couldn't. The Barons are going to knock it in, and that's going to be offsides. So we will come here to the Bold Penguin dot with a minute left in the arena, 59 on mine in this first period. 2-0 Pens on goals by Clahardy and Shannon. Not in that order though. Shannon was first. And here come the Barons up the near wall. Blinka chops, can't get it out. Blinka chops again, this time it comes out. Barons send it in, can't make it in as it can't clear the bodies. Now Blinka sends it back ahead. Here comes Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli dancing up the near wall. She gets around one Barons player, still has a few more to beat. Can't get a shot off without it being blocked behind the net, and puck loose in front. Makasenka up to the point to Dixon. Dixon throws it towards the net. Tendy barely saw that one, pushed it to the near corner. Scarlatelli turns, loses the puck. Back to the point, Blinka holds. Blinka throws it in on the net, Makasenka tipped it, missed near side. Scarlatelli throws it in behind the net now with 15 to go. Barons come up the far wall. Centering pass, too far for one player, another player picked it up. They chip it by Blinka, and it's a foot race. Dixon puts a shoulder in, stops the puck as Dixon gets knocked down, and we're going to get a penalty on the Barons with 1.3 to go. It's either going to be roughing or it's going to be roughing. The girl was mad that Dixon beat her to the puck, and she let her have it. Instead of skating, she decided to get rough. And she will sit as a result. You can use your wheels or you can use your fist. She got beat with her wheels, so she used her fist. And they're going to spend 90 seconds in the box because of it. So we've got Gaffney, Makasenka, and Scarlatelli with Blinka and Dixon back for 1 second here on the clock. And that'll do it for the frame. So we played one. It's 2-0 Pens. And we will come back on a minute 29 power play entering the second period. So I'm going to go on mute. I'll be back for number 2. All right, they're going to come out for number 2. Goaltender Howe's going to take the long skate to my right as Zivkovic, Scarlatelli, and Claherty with Betzler and Warner back on D to start frame number 2. There's about 7 Barons on the ice. There needs to be 4. As one of these girls is still going to spend some time in the box, number 36, for roughing at the end of frame number 1. Claherty draws that back as Warner picks it up, sends it up the ice. Barons player strips that, knocks it down the wall to Betzler. Betzler ahead to Zivkovic. Zivkovic up the near wall. Zivkovic centers, nobody home, Scarlatelli. Chops it up to Betzler. Betzler tried to get it on net, couldn't get it there as Scarlatelli crashes into a Barons player, knocks her down. She's going to get a shot off high behind the net as she hit the Barons player again, and that player went down. Now Claherty has a player in the corner, and Betzler holds the point, at least momentarily chops it in and keeps it in. Warner steps up, Claherty steps up, Claherty falls down. Betzler can't hold. Claherty throws it in, and Zivkovic was trailing the play in the zone, and that will be an offsides. So we'll go to the UPMC dot in front of the Penguins bench. Stevens with McVeigh and Gaffney now. Blinka and Mrazek back as Stevens pushes it ahead. Stevens rips a shot high over the net as Tendy throws her stick up in the air. Gaffney with a shoulder into that player. Stevens comes out of there with the puck. On her backhand, she's coming across the front. Stevens shoots, puck loose. McVeigh poking, Gaffney shoots and misses. Never gets it on the net as that puck comes up the wall past Blinka. And Mrazek's going to have to chase it down, but not before we get an ice. So 20 seconds to go on the penalty of the Barons. 13:50 to go in this period as Ligda awaits the team in the near circle here on the power play. Stevens, McVeigh, and Gaffney with Blinka and Mrazek back. So puck drops into the corner where the Barons will send it up the wall. Easy hold for Blinka. Blinka's going to send it in. Bounces off a Barons player. McVeigh turns. Can't get a shot off. Puck still loose. Gaffney's chopping at it. She sends it to the end wall with 6 seconds to go in the Barons penalty. They chop it up the wall. They hold it at the point. Stevens isn't going to get there first as the Barons are going to chip it up that wall. Blinka sends it ahead to Stevens, who can't whack at it. Barons have it here at center ice. Back to even strength hockey. They skate around McVeigh. They skate around Mrazek. They get a shot off, miss to the near side. Puck up the wall, and Gaffney's going to be the first one there. Gaffney skating with it, up the wall. Loses it into the corner. Now behind the net. All the way around as Makasenka overskated. Stevens picks it up. Stevens coming up the near wall on her backhand. Stevens falls down. Loses the puck. And she's a little slow getting out of the zone, so they regroup and the Barons take it. Here they come. Shot, miss near side as it goes into the corner. Center cut off by Betzler. Makasenka cuts it off behind the net, sends it up the far wall a little bit where the Barons reverse directions. Betzler picks it up there. Betzler's going to skate it, try to put it ahead to McVeigh. This time it'll come out of the zone, and Dixon's going to apply some pressure, but the Barons are going to chop it ahead. Shannon sends it back at the red line now. Barons dump it deep down the near wall, and it's going to trickle into the corner with 12:13 to go. Up ahead to Shannon, too far, weird bounce. Came right to a Barons player. They dance around McVeigh, backhand gets knocked down. Makasenka around the corner. Up to the point, Barons hold. Can't get a shot off there, blocked by Shannon. Shannon loses the puck, but it bounces ahead. Shannon loses it again, and it comes back the other way. And that's going to be an offsides with 11:53 to go. Ligda calls it for center ice. So Shannon, Bukovic, Dixon on offense now with Warner and looks like Mrazek back on defense. So Bukovic takes the draw, pushes it ahead to Shannon. Barons push it into the zone. They send it back out now. They chip it by everybody. It goes into the corner. They wave off the ice. Mrazek's going to pick it up there. Mrazek's going to chip it ahead to Bukovic. Bukovic will skate it ahead to Dixon. It's in her feet. She catches back up. She's got to get around Shannon. Shannon tried to chop it in, couldn't, and now Bukovic will pick it up and bring it in. Bukovic with a nice no-look backdoor pass. Too bad none of the team was ready. And Shannon picks it up, dumps it, bouncing puck on the tendy, who covers it up, and we'll get a draw. I'm guessing far circle. Nope. She's going to bring it to the near circle. It's one of those ones that was in the center of the ice, so you don't know where they're going. Scarlatelli, Zivkovic, and Claherty with Mrazek and Warner back. We seem to be rotating here a little. As Claherty takes the draw, puts a shoulder, now a fist into this girl's face. And here come the Barons on a breakaway around Warner. 2-on-0. Goaltender Howe with a big save and knocks it down and gets the pad on it. And just like that, it's still 2-0. As goaltender Howe bailed out the defense. They were by everybody. And with 11:06 to go, we're going to get a draw in the near circle here. Claherty will step in. She kicks it to the wall. Oh, it comes off the wall dangerously in front. Scarlatelli turns, throws it for what will be an icing. With 10:54, we're going to go to the far circle as Scarlatelli just picked it up and whipped it down to the other end of the ice. So Claherty, Scarlatelli, Zivkovic, Makasenka, and Blinka on D now as we continue to rotate. Claherty steps in, draws it back. Blinka throws it around the corner. Zivkovic there. Zivkovic was going to skate it, lost it. Barons hold it. Makasenka backhands off of Barons player's head. They still hold it. Makasenka knocks it down. Oh, it's right in front of the net. Chopped out, still loose. Makasenka tips that to the corner. She goes over and battles for it as Zivkovic joins the battle. Puck all the way around to the far side. Scarlatelli's going to have the step on this one. She's going to skate it. Going to come back into the center of the ice, lose it. Zivkovic's going to pick it up. The team's ahead of her, though, as she just dumps it into the near corner with 10:18 to go. Down to the far side. Shot from there from Blinka, misses to the far side. Scarlatelli picks it up. Scarlatelli chops at it, misses near side. And the Barons are going to pick it up and come through center ice. They get to the red line and dump it. They go for a change as Micah Sinker regroups behind the net. She's got Stevens up ahead, didn't see her. Barons player fell down coming off the bench as this time it's going to be Claherty chipping it off the wall and losing it. Centering pass goes through everybody. Scarlatelli picks it up. Here comes Scarlatelli up the wall. Scarlatelli, Stevens behind her. She drops it off for her. Stevens wanted a shot, couldn't get it off as they converged on her. You can hear her yelling for it. She turns and rifles at Mrs. Farside. Scarlatelli picks it up all alone on the far wall. Dances around one player. Tries to center, can't get it through, and the Barons are going to pick it up and clear it past Blinka. And they're going to wave off the icing. Seemed a little early to me, but Claherty's going to pick it up. Turn it over to a Baron below the red line. Stevens gets a stick in there. Puck loose. Howe got down just in time to prevent the 5-hole goal. And here comes Stevens. Stevens up the near wall. Across for Gaffney. Gaffney loses it. Stevens picks it up at the point. Stevens was going to rip one there, but there were 800 people between her and the net. And she thought better of it as she comes out of there with the puck now up the near side. She's got a little bit of space. Comes into the center. She's going to rip one. Hits Tendy up high in the shoulder, and Tendy knocks it down. Betzler holds the point, sends it in. Stevens in between the circles, couldn't hold it. That puck's loose. Warner skates in. Warner has room. Warner gets around one player. Warner knocks a Baron down with a shoulder. Skates in, centers, puck loose. McVeigh couldn't pull the trigger on an empty net. And now we've got Stevens and Betzler back. As here come the Barons. McVeigh hustles back. Warner hustles back. And Betzler's going to chop at it. Hold it on the line. Try to get it over to Stevens. Too far. And Warner doesn't have a lot of gas in the tank, but the angle of this will prevent the icing. As they tried to hold it over there and couldn't. Now it's going to be Betzler. Betzler over to Stevens. Stevens up the ice. She's got some room in the center. Stevens rips. Misses near side. Puck around behind the net now. Gaffney couldn't cut that off. Barron's on the wall. McVeigh stopped it. Betzler knocked it down, but the team momentum was carried the other way, and the Barons are going to get an easy clear here, and here they come. Semi-organized 3-on-2. Drop it off. Betzler chops at it. Betzler has Dixon ahead. She decides to keep it up the far side. Betzler still has Dixon. Drops it. Tendy knocks it down, stared at it for a second, and then puts some equipment on top of it. We're going to get a whistle. With 7:19 to go, second frame. So you've got me so confused with these lineups tonight. Bukovic looks like she's going to take the draw. On the ice is Bukovic, Shannon, Blinka, Dixon, and Mrazek. I have no idea who's playing one, as Bukovic is going to step in and take this draw. Bukovic back to Dixon. Dixon spins. Can't keep a stick on it. Barons try to clear. Blinka steps up. Shannon knocks it in deeper, and this time they will clear. It's going to go all the way down, and that should be an ice. So 7:13. I think Frank forgot the clock on that one. Mr. Frank Dixon forgot the clock on that one. I'm 7 seconds ahead. That almost never happens. So I'll wait it out for him to catch up to me, as Bukovic is going to take another draw. Barons send it up the wall. Shannon tries to hold. Mrazek swings and misses. Clock back in sync, and here come the Barons, 2-on-1 with Blinka. Up the near side. Nice pass. And goaltender Barber had snuck into the net there, and they beat her high blocker. She didn't even react to it on the blocker side. And just like that, it's 2-1. So I'm not sure when they snuck Tendy Barber in. Probably at that last break, I didn't notice it. And in a 2-on-1, they beat her high blocker. And it's now 2-1, Pens lead. So Bukovic, Shannon, Dixon, Blinka, and Mrazek. As the puck comes here to the near wall, we'll see if that goal gives Cleveland life. Looks like it might have, because here they come organized again. Nice centering pass, high over Barber into the near corner. Back to the point. Shot from there high. Bouncing in front, knocked down in front of the net. Cleveland player skates in, gets a stick on it. It's low, sends it across. They missed an open net on a one-timer as Bukovic puts it to the point. Gets it by everybody, and Dixon's going to have to hurry, but either way, there will be no icing as that puck stopped. And now it comes back to center as Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka regroups. Makasenka flying right now up to Bukovic. Bukovic dumps, content to go to the bench and get Claherty out. As the puck's going to drift into the corner. Now Dixon behind the net. Dixon can't get a stick on it. They continue to battle. Barons player reverses it. Comes up the near side. Shannon steps in. Dixon turns, was looking at a top right corner and went too far to the far side. Barons up the far side. Makasenka sticks a stick in. Here come the Barons up the far side. Claherty going to chase it down in the corner. She's going to whack at it. Barons are going to hold it. They're going to skate past her. Now they skate, turn reverse direction on her. Centering pass cut off by Warner, and here she comes. Warner up the far side. Warner still coming. Loses the puck. Barons chop it back, drop it off Shannon. Shannon turns. Barons player tipped it up high, and Tendy picked it up that time. And now I wasn't running the clock, so I got on Frank, and then I didn't do it. So now we're at 5:28, which I will fix. And with 5:28 to go, we'll go to that far circle. That shot was tipped up in the air by Barons' defenseman. And Tendy had to catch it up high in her chest to make a nice save. Barons player tips it by Mrazek. They wave off the icing, and Betzler's going to pick it up. Betzler sends it around the corner. Zivkovic chips it ahead to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli up the near wall. Scarlatelli shot from there high over the net, over to the far wall. Claherty overskates. Mrazek overskates. Puck's still loose on the wall. Claherty comes out of there with it. Claherty loses the puck. Overskates. Barons send it up the wall. Oh! Scarlatelli knocked that player down from behind, no call. Got a little retaliatory hit there, no call. Mrazek sends it in deeper. Puck loose on the doorstep. Claherty picks it up. Claherty, puck loose again. Zivkovic missed a wide open net. Tendy was down, and it comes to the point where Betzler's going to hold it, at least momentarily. Now it comes by her. That'll go all the way down, and it's going to dribble. And we'll get an icing. I might have thought they would have waved that one off, but they didn't. And we'll get an icing as Stevens comes out here with McVeigh and Gaffney. And we've got Makasenka and Blinka back. So the line combinations continue to confound me tonight. And Stevens will take this draw. She wins it over to Gaffney, who battles along the wall, loses it to a Baron. Makasenka throws it across too far for McVeigh. It was on her blade, she couldn't handle it. McVeigh battles, puck comes loose. It's going to go all the way down, and Ligda puts up her hand. Tendy Barber's got to do something with it. Oh, she dropped it off right on the doorstep. Thankfully, Stevens knocked it into the corner. It was a Barons player conversion. They can't clear. Barons pick it up. They send it into the center. It's bouncing. Stevens can't clear. Oh, they have it in tight. Shot off the side of the net. Shot behind the net now. Barons, they got a player in front. Blinka's got to clear that player out of there. Over to the corner. Blinka's got to get that player out of there. Bouncing puck. Barber sends it to the far side. McVeigh tries to chop it around. Can't. Blinka tries to chop it up to Stevens. Can't. This time it comes out, and here comes Stevens. There's one Barons player back, and there's another one gaining speed. Stevens. Stevens stops, spinning, dropping. Makasenka can't get there. They chip it by her. And here come the Barons. That Baron beat Blinka to the puck, but she's too deep. Just don't let her center it. Blinka puts a body into her. This time she tries to center. It bounces. It's loose in front. Backhand. Barber has it in her tending equipment. And we get a whistle. 3:05 to go. Barons have a little bit of life here. We'll go to that far circle. Bukovic, Dixon, Shannon, Betzler, and Warren. The only players I haven't seen out of position tonight, I think Blinka's played all defense. I think Stevens has played all offense. as that puck comes out. And when they send it back in, Ligda tells them offsides. So we're going to go with 2:59 here in the second frame on the dot in front of the Barons bench. Bukovic will step in. Barons knock it forward. Warner sends it off the wall. Too far for Scarlatelli. Barons drop it off. They battle for it there. Here come the Barons. Barons gain the zone. Bukovic provides some pressure. They throw it over to the wall. Shannon comes back the other way with it. Shannon tried to get it ahead to Dixon, couldn't. They knock it in deeper. Stripes jumps, this time ahead to Dixon. Dixon chops it ahead of that Barons player, but nobody can follow up with it. Puck loose in the center, Warner can't get there. Now Dixon battles. Barons knock it in down the near wall. In behind the net, now Warner. Warner picks it up. She battles. She sends it ahead to Bukovic. Bukovic loses it top of the circle. Betzler knocks it down, sends it to the line, but not out as the Barons hold. Shot knocked down by Warner. Another shot high into the far corner. This time Shannon's got Bukovic streaking. Let's see if she sends it to her. She does, but it's too far. And into the near corner. Dixon chops at it. Warner sends it to the net. Puck loose in front. Barons player picks it up. Bukovic comes over. They send it ahead. This time it comes back to neutral ice. Around Warner, they dump it. They wave off the icing as Blinka fell down. And now the Barons come out of there with it in the near corner. They turn, reverse direction behind the net. Barons get there first again. Now it's going to be Shannon chopping it ahead to Dixon. Nope, Shannon takes it. Shannon up the near wall. Shannon still skating. Shannon puts the puck through one Barons player, loses it to the second one. Now she's chopping. They battle along the wall. Shannon sends it on net. Tendy leaves it for a defensive player, sends it into the corner. To Blinka. Blinka throws it on net loose. Dixon couldn't get a stick on it. Missed to the far side. Bukovic. They send it past everybody and the foot races on it. It's Blinka and a Baron. The Baron's got some legs, but Blinka gets there first and sends it in behind Tendy Barber. This Baron will beat Mrazek to it though, as Mrazek puts an elbow into her and knocks it for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli can't get a stick on it. This time she does, and Zivkovic will lose this foot race as the Barons are going to send it back to neutral ice. They're going to gain speed and come the other way. Scarlatelli chopping. Farah's been a little rough tonight, would be an understatement, as the Barons come up the far wall. Centering pass. Clawhardy knocked that off her stick. Zivkovic can't clear. Clawhardy comes in, chops at it. Now Zivkovic. Zivkovic has Scarlatelli ahead. No pass. As Scarlatelli has a drop pass. Scarlatelli gets knocked down. Zivkovic can't get a stick on the puck. Blinka from the point. Blinka throws it in front. And that's going to do it for frame number 2. So we'll end frame number 2. 2-1 Pens. And I'll be back for frame number 3. All right, we're going to come out for frame 3. Goaltender Barber to my left. Ligda's going to drop it for Warner. Makasenka and Shannon. Whoop, sorry about that, folks. As they fall down on the dot, and here come the Barons. Claherty's now on defense with Zivkovic, it looks like. So, again, I think Blinka has not played offense, and Stevens has not played defense. Other than that, I think everybody's played everywhere. As Claherty comes down the near wall. Claherty dances in front. Backhand, goaltender says no. Scoops that up in her mitt with 14:38 to go. And we will get a face-off. Looks like Ligda's going to go to the far dot for this drop, so we'll get a face-off in the far circle. Stick with Warner, Shannon, and Makasenka, Zivkovic, and Claherty. We'll see what this line can do. It's a bit of an unconventional line. Back to Zivkovic. Bouncing puck. She throws it into the near corner. It was a shot. It was very wide as Shannon dropped it to where Claherty should have been, but she hadn't gotten over to the point yet. Now she's going to skate with it. She loses it at the blue line turnover. They get around Zivkovic. Send it in front. Open net. And they beat Barber. Mid-height stick side. So Claherty turned it over. They came around Zivkovic and came in on Barber and beat her mid-height stick side. And just like that, it's 2-2. So the experiment with players out of position continues. Now we've got, looks like Betzler, Scarlatelli, and Stevens with McVeigh and Bukovic back now. As they chip it ahead, Betzler overskates. Bukovic throws it ahead. Stevens can't knock it down. Barron's at the line. They send it up here now. Barron's player up the near side. Into the center, wide open. Miss near side. Scarlatelli. Stevens gets into it with a player behind the net as that player hits Stevens. And Stevens skates in front of her, and they continue up the ice with no further interaction. Here comes a Barons player up the near wall. They throw it in front of the net. Bukovic chopped that to the corner. Barons player there. Scarlatelli knocked it down. Barons player recovered. Throws it over to her friend and had a wide open net. Missed. And now the puck's in the near corner. Shot from there. Stevens kicked at it. Knocked it behind the net. Barons win that race. They pick it up behind the net. Now Stevens has it. Here she comes. Stevens up the near wall. Stevens lumbering up through center ice. She's coming around the player, looking for an angle. Can't get one. Comes in behind the net. Still skating. Loses the puck. Scarlatelli picked it up. Here come the Barons up the near side. They chip it around. Bukovic knocks it over to the wall. Scarlatelli's going to pick that up. There she comes through center ice. 3 Barons back. Has to skate around Dixon. She's clear, sends it into Dixon. Dixon can't get much on it, and Tendy's going to cover that one up. And with 12:39 to go, we're going to get a draw in our offensive zone. As Claherty, Gaffney, Dixon, Mrazek, and Blinka are on the ice now. No idea. It looks like Dixon, Mrazek, and Blinka now on offense. Dixon takes the draw. Barron's poke it out of there. Claherty at the point. Claherty throws it off of Barron to the far wall. She retreats. They chip it by her. Dixon picks it up. Claherty sends it into the zone. Nobody there but a Barron. They send it past Mrazek up ahead. Drop it off at the red line. They send it in, and Claherty's going to pick it up. Claherty's up the wall. Can't quite get it to Dixon as the Barons come back the other way. Now Claherty will chase this down in the corner. Claherty high off the glass, scared a little girl over there. As Claherty's going to go chase it down in the near corner, or far corner rather. Up the wall. Claherty chops, puck loose into the center. Gaffney's going to come over. Gaffney skates it up the ice. Gaffney with a nice pass to Dixon. Dixon comes in. Dixon centering. Blinka can't get a stick on it. Puck in behind the net now, where the Barons chop at it. Claherty's going to hold the point. Push it ahead. Mrazek overskated. The Barons are going to send it back to center ice. Claherty picks it up there. Claherty skating. You know she'll take it. 3 Barons in the way. She dances around them. It's in too deep. Centers. Dixon can't get a stick on it. As Blinka, who's naturally a defensive player, covered Claherty up high. Dixon and a Baron battle in the corner. Now another Baron joins. They send it up the wall. 11:07. Centering pass. Claherty and Gaffney back. They skate around Claherty. She reaches a stick in. Still skating with it. Goaltender Barber gloves that one on a backhand shot. With 10:57 to go. We'll go to the far corner. I don't know. Legda's going to bring it to the near corner. I thought that would have been far corner, but she chose the near corner. And here comes that draw in the near corner. Warner. I see Makasenka out there. I see Zivkovic, Shannon, and McVeigh. As Warner sends it. She loses it, but she gets it out back to neutral ice, and the Barons regroup. They send it in, McVeigh. McVeigh can't get it out. The Barons knock it down the wall. They skate into the circle with it. Tip it in front. Barber knocked out to the far wall. Makasenka cleared it with authority. Legda raises her arm, and they wave it off. Drop it off. Shannon picks it up near wall. Shannon throws it behind the net. Up the far wall there, Zivkovic kicked at it. Makasenka sent it in deeper, and now it's out. It's 3-on-1 with McVeigh, but she's got the advantage of time. She gets there first. McVeigh chips it up the wall to Warner. Warner backhands it further up the wall, and it's out. Barons pick it up there, send it in deeper. In behind the net. Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic tried to chip it out. Got tipped by Baron, got it to Warner. Warner to Shannon off the wall. Shannon overskates and comes through Warner's legs. Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka circling. Up the wall to Shannon too far. Barons send it back. Puck loose top of the zone. Barons are going to pick it up. 9:35 to go in the game. Up ahead. Down the far wall. Centering pass. Warner cut that off. Backhands. Shannon picks it up. Shannon gets stood up. Makasenka chips it ahead. Barons pick it up there. Shannon kicks it. Puck back to Bukovic. Bukovic up to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli coming into the center. She's got 4 Barons around her, and she loses the puck. Bukovic chips up. The puck stays up high. Makasenka keeps it in. Throws it off the skates of a Barons player. Scarlatelli can't get a stick on it. Makasenka tried to hold it in, couldn't, as a Barons player falls down. Gaffney. Gaffney for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli has Stevens dropping back. She's open, no pass. Scarlatelli takes it. Scarlatelli loses it. Now Gaffney. Gaffney loses it. Now Betzler. Betzler on the far wall, chips it in deep. Scarlatelli turns, throws it into the far corner. Stevens overskates. Gaffney throws it down deeper. Gaffney can't hold. Here come the Barons. No Bukovic back. Bukovic will get there first, but not before on ice. So we'll come back down here as we're going to stick with Stevens, Scarlatelli, and looks like Betzler with Zivkovic and Claherty back on defense. I think everybody's played out of position except Stevens on defense tonight. We'll see if they take that opportunity. Stevens loses the draws. Claherty's going to hold the point. She's going to throw it in deeper. It's going to go in behind the net where Betzler's going to battle. Send it up front to Stevens. Stevens can't get a shot through it. Stevens picks it up again. Spins. Stevens. Stevens throws it, finds the top right corner of the net. And Stevens gives the Penguins the go-ahead goal. And it's 3-2. Stevens with the spin move had the puck in the far end of that circle. Threw it in on Tendy and found the top right corner of that net. I heard pipe. Not sure if it was the crossbar, the upright, or the back bar, but I heard pipe and saw the net jingle as they push on Scarlatelli in the circle. Puck along the end line. Chips it ahead to Stevens. Claherty does. Stevens coming up the near side. She's got some room. Stevens rips another one. Tendy knocks it down with his shoulder. In behind the net. Stevens. Stevens. Tendy. Stevens. Betzler kicking. Oh, Stevens gets leveled in front of the net. No call. On a cross check. Little dirty play there by the Barons. Ligda was right there, didn't call it. Claherty looks and is like, Brooklyn, what the hell? Cross check in front of the net, no call. As Dixon comes in now with Blinka and Mrazek, McVeigh and Bukovic back. They drop the puck on the dot. Bukovic holds. Bukovic throws it down the wall. Dixon tried to feed it to Mrazek, couldn't get it through. McVeigh's going to step up. That's dangerous with a 1-goal lead. That puck's going to come back to center. Oh, they chip it by Bukovic. McVeigh's got the advantage of speed and distance as she gets there first and sends it back to the point now. Dixon chips it ahead further. Barons chip it ahead. Now Mrazek tries to send it back ahead, can't. As looks like Cam's talking to Stevens over there on the bench. Blinka sends it. That's going to be an icing. And 7:06 will come back down here. Trying to get a look at the bench there. Can't really get one as the Barons win that draw to the end wall. Blinka's going to pick it up. Blinka loses it on the wall. She pokes it ahead Dixon. Dixon sends it further up the wall. Dixon again. Now Dixon chips it out. Slow, no icing. They chip it back to the point. Back to neutral ice where McVeigh's going to go chase it down. Oh, McVeigh turned it over in front of Tendy Barber. Thankfully, she made a save and knocked it over to the near wall. And this time it comes out, at least momentarily, as they regain the zone. McVeigh sends it up the wall, this time out again, as they have to wait for that zone to clear. It does. Here they come up the far wall. Stripes jumps. Puck behind the net. McVeigh battling in the corner. Barons come out of there with it. Mrazek comes over. Barons centering pass. Loose in front. Puck knocked down by Bukovic. Chipped it ahead. Barons still hold. Bukovic picks it up again. This time she's going to skate it. Not going to try that dump stuff. Coming up the far wall. Bella Bukovic into Blinka. Blinka can't get a stick on it. Puck loose along the wall. Mrazek overskates. Bukovic chops. Bukovic holds. It's in the feet of a Barons player, and here they come to it too. Mrazek was going to the bench. She got caught in change. And here comes a Barons player up the near side. Shoots, misses near side. Puck loose in front, centering pass. Tip, puck still loose in front. Dixon digging to get it. They collide along the wall and they push. McVeigh comes over. They continue to push along the wall. Barons player falls down after trying to administer a hit. McVeigh chips it out of there back to neutral ice, where a Barons player picks it up. They just got on sides. They shoot, miss far side. McVeigh picks that up. McVeigh sends it up the wall, back to center ice. Barons dump it in behind the net. Bukovic waits for it to come around. She chips it up further, can't get it out. Warner comes in and play it, can't get it. Barons take it in deeper. Centering pass, cut off by Bukovic to Warner. Warner skating. Lumbering up that far wall, drops it. Barons turn, comes back the other way. Claherty ahead. Shannon chips it in. And I'm not sure what this call's going to be, because it didn't appear to be offsides to me, but we'll see what the call is here. I didn't see an offsides, but they called something. Oh no! Barons player coming to the bin. She's coming to the bin for, I don't know if it's too many men on the ice. Yeah, too many men on the ice. So Warner, Makasenka, Shannon, Claherty, and Gaffney. Down the boards to Makasenka. Makasenka backhands off the side of the net. Dangerous clear through the center of the zone, but it worked. They're going to come up the far wall. They chip it by Claherty into the far corner, and Gaffney's going to pick it up there. Gaffney's going to try to weakly clear it. Doesn't get it past the point, even though we're up a man. Warner chips it, and now the Barons are going to send it back again. Gaffney Gaffney can't clear. She fanned on it. And now Makasenka's going to battle at the blue line. Warner and Makasenka both fall down. Barons have it short-handed, unbelievably. Shot. Goaltender Barber, it rolled along the side of the net. And we're going to get a whistle there. My clock's out of whack. I'll fix it. 3:53. I had the clock backwards, so we're at 3:53. Stripes lost sight of that puck, so we're going to get a whistle as Stevens, Scarlatelli, and I guess McVeigh, I don't know, come out with Butzler and Zivkovic back as McVeigh's going to bring this up the wall. She's going to dump it ahead. Butzler's going to have to hurry to chase it down. So it's McVeigh and Zivkovic back, maybe? I don't even know at this point. They've got the lineup so confused tonight. And they're going to send it into the center. Butzler can't get a stick on. Zivkovic regroups. Zivkovic over to Stevens. Stevens dances around one player. Stevens still dancing. Stevens shot. Tendy throws her stick. Makes a save. Tendy threw her stick at that one. And they're going to send it in deep. And now McVeigh's going to pick that one up. Here comes McVeigh with a burst of speed. McVeigh shoots, misses far side. Betzler. Stevens calling for it. Betzler tried to throw it to McVeigh, whose momentum was carrying her the other way, and now the Barons will pick it up back to even strength as they have the puck on the far wall. 2:55. And here they come up the near wall around McVeigh. Zivkovic needs to hurry, get back in position. They dance right around Zivkovic. McVeigh gets a stick in there. They can't get a shot off. Puck off the side of the net. Zivkovic lost her twig. She's kicking at it. Now McVeigh throws it around. Zivkovic picks up her twig. Back to the point, Barons. Barons with a shot from there. Stevens can't get a paw on it. Tendy Barber knocks it to the near corner. In behind the net. Centering pass. Barber knocks that down. Barons have it again behind the net. Back to the point. Now Stevens. Stevens coming up the near wall. Stevens has space. Stevens, bottom left corner. 4-2 Pens the lead. You give her space up that left side, or up that near side, she's going to find it. And she found that bottom left corner. That's an insurance goal we desperately needed. As it's now 4-2 Pens with 2:07 to go. Third frame. Dixon. Blinka. Mrazek. Gaffney and Bukovic. As the Barons come up the near side. Gaffney chips it high off the wall. Bukovic backhands it. Mrazek turned the wrong way, didn't see it. They throw it in towards the net. Tendy Barber gets it at the last second, throws it in the near corner. In behind the net now. Barons centering pass. Bukovic got a stick on it. Oh, and they tipped it in front. Barber wasn't on the post. And they beat her on the stick side against the post from near real estate. Just like that, it's 4-3 with 1:42 to go. As Tendy Barber did not have that post hugged, and they got it in. They got it in tight there. I don't know if she's stuck in the net or what the situation is, but now she's up. So we've got Makasenka, Shannon, Warner, Gaffney, and Bukovic, it looks like. No idea who's playing where. Oh, we're back to traditional players here. Warner, Shannon, Makasenka, Bukovic, and Gaffney on D as Gaffney comes up with it. Gaffney swing and a miss, turns it over deep. Dangerous turnover, centering pass, open net, missed it. Couldn't get a stick on it, they hold it. And here comes Warner up the far side. Warner with one player to beat, can't do it. Now Makasenka picks it up. Tries to center, can't. Barons have it in deep. Barons with a head of steam. That pass too far. Clawhardy's going to have to chase it down. Clawhardy chases it down near corner. All the way around the back. Up the far side. Clawhardy still skating. You know she'll keep skating with it if you let her. Clawhardy loses the puck. Turns. Centers for Warner. Shannon gets a stick on an open net. And the Barons are going to clear it back with 54 to go. Zivkovic's got to chase it down. She does. She turns. She whacks. She clears. And here come the Barons. They pick it up. Makasenka poked it away. They throw it in Zivkovic. Zivkovic's going to skate. Zivkovic coming up the near side. 34 to go. She dumps it in behind the net. Makasenka looks like she wants to come off. She doesn't. Clardy tries to hold. That puck's loose. Makasenka throws it back the other way. Warner with 15 seconds. Shannon. Warner was offsides, no call. They chip it out with 6 seconds to go. Here come the Barons up the wall. Clardy tries to block it in behind the net. Oh, it comes through the goal mouth as time expires. And a late goal by Stevens turns out to be the difference maker in what turned into a sloppy effort at the end of the third period for our girls. And this Turnpike series will continue in Cleveland on Sunday with 2 up at OBM. So the girls are celebrating a 4-3 win, but I would tell you it looked a little sloppy from this vantage point as head injury Holt and Stevens hug after the game. We'll give you the handshake action to get over the YouTube delay, and we will see you Sunday morning from Cleveland. Have a good rest of your Friday night. Final shot tally 24-17 for the Pens. Final scoreboard 4-3 for the Pens. 2 from Stevens, 1 from Shannon, and 1 from Clardy on a Friday night in Cranberry. So I'll sign off for now, and we will see you on Sunday.